Talking about the advanced version of the telepointer, first let me start this server and then I'll start to clients. So I have the two clients set up and you see that they work properly, and then we have this menu and we hide the pointer at the two clients, then we get them show and it works properly. So I'll be talking about how it works. Let's talk about event processing abstraction first. I have this event binder defined and it has this interface. It has to implement this bind function. And what a bind function does is takes into component. One is a component, the other is the container, and this event binder registers itself as a mouse and mouse motion listener to this component. And then whenever there's mouse events, this binder will get it. And then what it does is try to redispatch this event to the container, so the container will know these events. And how we achieve this is he has his find component method that finds the container, the component at the mouse position, and then it will dispatch this mouse event to that component, and it fulfills its mission. And this is quite general because it can bind any mouse action between two components. Now I'll be talking about the mouse drawing action, mouse drawer abstraction. I'll be talking about three classes. One is this is cursor model. The cursor model extends the model. The model is a abstract class that follows the design, the observer pattern. That is, it can register an observer when, and actually this model observer is the view, and so it can notify its observer when its property get changed. So back to the cursor model, it has this set status. So whenever its status get changed, it will notify its observer. That's the view that its status get changed, and the status of this mouse cursor model is its XY position of the mouse and whether the mouse is pressed or not. Then I have this cursor. That's a widget, and it has the mouse cursor model there inside, and also you need to take in a cursor action. And what the cursor action is, it first is a model observer, and also it can have this function called register cursor, kind of put a cursor inside itself. And so let's go back to the cursor. What the cursor does in this action function is it takes in this action and then register the action as a listener to this pointer. So what goes on is a simple MVC framework. When the model gets changed, the view gets changed. That is the cursor action. So using this cursor, whenever I want to assign new behavior to the mouse, I only need to define a view. That is the cursor, and let the view implement this cursor action. And then I can define the magical things that happens when I press the mouse or move the mouse. For example, in this another application, I want to draw points. That is, whenever I press the mouse, I will draw points there in the form. So let's see what I mean. I will press the mouse, then I draw these dots there in the screen. That's very simple, and the source code is even simpler. So I have this cursor created and then set it as a glass pane to the JFrame, and then what I do is I add two actions to it. One is draw points. That's what I showed just now. When I press the button, it shows the points. And the other is draw circle cursor. That is, I draw a cursor. And this framework is quite extensible. For example, back to the telepointer, I have this telepointer, which is actually another cursor action. And what it does is it has a draw circle cursor, that's it, draw the cursor, but also it has another function, another action that is it behaves as a coupler. It kind of synchronizes the information of the cursor model between different clients by interacting with the server. So anyhow, it is a action, so I register it to the cursor, and now I'm going to add another action, that is I try to add a draw points action to it. Let's start to clients. So I got them starts, and you see, besides being a telepoint, I can also draw points, and so this is like I add another extra behavior to it, and it's just a line of code, and it's very simple, and that's all of it. Thank you.